All right, so I'm a little late on this one. I really wanted to really think about this and just take some time to really look at everything before I made a video on this. We actually talked about this last night on the podcast, but I think I'm ready to make a video about this. I want to talk about the new Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. Now, I've seen a ton of people putting out videos. I haven't watched any of these videos yet. I see the titles, I see the thumbnails. People are mad. People are not happy about this, but I haven't watched these videos because I think that I have a little bit of a different perspective on it than most people. Lots of different opinions out there, but I really just wanted to make sure that I kept my opinion my own. Didn't want to be swayed by what anybody else was saying because I gotta be honest, I think everybody's overreacting. What's up, guys? Welcome back, or welcome in for the first time. If you are new here, do me a favor, jump down in the description of this video. There will be a link there to our podcast channel. Over there, you can find links to everywhere that we post the podcast. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, it's gonna be there. You can also watch the playbacks of the live recordings over there on that channel. If you do wanna catch it live, you can catch it every Thursday on either my Twitch or Jeeb's Twitch. Both of those will be linked down in the description as well. All right, so let's go ahead and go over what we got here. We actually got, with the Animal Crossing update, which we all knew that was coming. We watched the direct Friday morning. Not only did we get that, but we got all this information about the expansion pack. Nobody was really expecting that, but the reason that we got so much of that information was obviously because some of this Animal Crossing stuff that we got is going to be included in the expansion pack. Now, we are gonna get into that in just a second, but before we do, I do wanna just stop and talk about that Animal Crossing Direct really quick, because I haven't got to. That was amazing. I knew we were in for a lot of new content, but man, that was way more than I expected. I didn't see the paid DLC coming at all, but everything that's in it, pretty much everything that was in the entire Direct, all that stuff has kind of been leaked. It was in data mines and stuff, so anybody who wasn't trusting the data mines at this point, I mean, pretty much everything in this update was there. So I am looking forward to that. I'm very, very excited about that. But after they told us about the paid DLC, they also told us about the pricing of the expansion pack and told us that the DLC was going to be included in the expansion pack if you went ahead and upgraded to get the 64 games and the Genesis games. So essentially you're getting those two things, the 64 games, the Genesis games, and the Animal Crossing DLC, but it is going to be an extra $30 on top of what we're paying now, which is more than double. Now at first, I thought, yeah, that's way too much. How are they charging this? This makes absolutely no sense. And still, as of right now, if you're not an Animal Crossing fan, it still makes absolutely no sense. They're kind of shoehorning the Animal Crossing DLC in there right now just to justify the price, which, if you're an Animal Crossing fan and plan on getting it like I do, it does kind of justify the price. Really, if you think about it, you're already paying the $20 a year for your online, right? If you have online already and it's just you, that's what you're paying, $20. So if you were gonna get the DLC for Animal Crossing, that's $25. So essentially, by getting this, yes, you are paying it every year, I do understand that, but essentially, by getting this, you're paying an extra $5 for N64 games and Sega games, and that would be for the first year. Let's say in a year, they don't add anything else. Then, yes, maybe if you're done with the 64 games, they've added some, but maybe you're not feeling it. Instead of paying the extra $30 again for the year, drop back down to the $20 one, buy the expansion pass for $25 and call it a day. Now, as an Animal Crossing fan, I don't see how anybody can really be that upset over this. I know it's a lot more expensive, but it's really not that bad of a deal if you're an Animal Crossing fan. Now, if you're not, I do believe that this won't be the only thing we see added in there. I think this is going to be how Nintendo goes forward with their kind of Game Pass style subscription service thing that they're gonna do. I don't think they're comfortable just giving out their games, obviously. Breath of the Wild's the first Switch game that there was. It dropped with the Switch. It's still $60 right now, 4 years later. So clearly they're not comfortable giving away games like that, and that's just not the model that they're trying to build. They're not trying to build that model that Microsoft is trying to build, but I think what they are going to do is start adding these expansion passes, these DLCs that normally we would be paying for. I think they're gonna start adding those in to the online service. I think that's how they're going to make this worth the money, because right now, I agree. If it's just this when we go into this next year, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, think about this. Wouldn't it be kind of weird if someone, let's just say next year, bought a Switch? Maybe they got Animal Crossing, maybe they didn't. Don't you think it's very weird if there's this random higher price tier with 2 old consoles on it and DLC that's a year old? That's gonna be kind of strange to somebody just, you know, coming into it new. If there's nothing else, then I don't think it's worth it. But I do believe that we are going to see a whole lot more stuff added to this. And I think by this time next year, when we all are gonna have to decide if we're going to re-up and do the $50 again, I think there's going to be a lot more that they're offering other than just these 2 consoles and Animal Crossing DLC. I just don't see this being it. If it is, huge problem. Now, don't get me wrong. That's why I think people are overreacting, because I don't think this is it. But if this is it and we just get the extra games they're talking about, yeah, that's gonna be a big problem. And I'm not really sure what games are coming that we could see DLC from that could go in this, but if you think about a game like Breath of the Wild, that had a huge amount of DLC that was paid, that, you know, maybe if Breath of the Wild 2 has the same type of thing, that they could just include that in there. Now that would be something I think would be well worth it. If you were gonna get all that extra content instead of paying $25 here and there for each one of them, if they're just included, I think that's a huge win. But let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of you guys that disagree with me completely, and you're probably gonna let me know about it in the comments, but that's fine. I want you guys to do that. I wanna get the conversation rolling on this because I really just think people are overreacting. I think, yes, as of right now, it does look bad. It's a little bit expensive for what we're getting, but I think this is the beginning. I think there'll be more added. Now, if not, you know, we can come back around to this next year and I'll say I was wrong, but I just don't think that's gonna be the case. I think by this time next year, we're gonna see the value. But again, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, make sure you are subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.